Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 6, Section 1. Today we will be presenting about our Task 2 project, which is the business proposal, product cost profit analysis, and financial planning on our new product, which is the UVC sanitizing depository for medical gown. So this is the group organizational chart, which is led by Muhammad Haikal bin Wan Huzainizam, with other four members, which is Muhammad Eric Zulkarnain bin Azhar, Muhammad Izzat Syahmi bin Samsudin, me myself, Muhammad Hasanuddin bin Fazil, and Muhammad Hafiz Alba bin Aisai. So this is the content of our report, which include the introduction, business proposal, product cost and profit analysis, financial planning, and finally conclusion. So we will move on to our first chapter, which is introduction. So the organization description. So we consist of 5 different members. So the Unity Venture Capital name stands for where the members will be unite together to solve a critical problem. So we will be brainstorming together towards creating a new innovating sustainable product. So the geometry on our logo shows the creativity in solving our problems, no matter how difficult it is. Next, we'll move on to the second chapter, which is the business proposal.
Hello, my name is Wan Muhammad Haikal bin Wan Huzainizam, and I will continue with chapter 2 regarding to the business proposal for this project. So, I will start with the description of product and the justification. So, the main idea of the product are to reduce the cost of producing mass amount of PPE and to reduce the harmful effect of plastic toward the environment. And the UVC sanitizing depository can be used to disinfect the PPE, allowing the PPE to be reused for a few times before disposable process. So the UVC light ray have an electromagnetic spectrum with a wavelength of 200 nanometer to 280 nanometer, and it is allowing it to disinfect a pathogen. Pathogen is equal to a bacteria or a virus, and the UVC light can kill a large amount of coronavirus in liquid in 9 minutes, and also can kill 99.7% of the virus on laboratory surface in 30 seconds. Okay, next is the problem for existing product. So in order to produce a medical gown, it requires a huge amount of raw material, which is the plastic. And some of the medical gown have wrinkles and creases which hardly exposed to the UVC light bulb. And lastly, the conventional way of washing the medical gown is less effective to disinfect the germs. Okay, in order to create our product, a benchmarking of product specification from commercial product is executed. So there are two large brands available in market which are familiar to create a disinfection machine, which is a Tonello, and second one is LG. And the benchmarking will be performed on consumer goods, and this method is necessary to guarantee that the product result would be able to address the suggested problem without jeopardizing the product efficiency or competitiveness. And lastly is our product specification, which is the UVC sanitizing depository. On the right side, illustrated on the right side of the slide, on the left side of the slide is the initial sketch for our UVC depository machine, which is with equipped with 6 UVC light bulb on the interior side of the body. And next is the sanitizing spray is installed at the top of the depository. And the third one is the cylindrical depository shape, allowing the maximum reflection of the UVC light while operating. And lastly, the hanging device or the mannequin for gown is based on a human body shape and size to ensure a maximum disinfection occur while operating the machine. So that's all for chapter 2. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening. My name is Muhammad Arius Zulkarnain bin Azhar and I'll be presenting chapter 3 which is product cost and profit analysis. So in product cost and profit analysis, we will be break through two costs which is fixed cost and also variable cost. So in fixed cost, there are several items which includes machinery such as grinder and welding, machinery rental for lathe machine, machinery tuning and maintenance, factory rental, license, wages and utilities. And the total for all of the fixed costs will be 40,432 ringgit and 88 cent. So meanwhile, for variable costs, there are only two items, which is mainly assembly and also component costs. And total of the both item will be 2,320 ringgit and 86 cent. So after we know and we have calculate the total for uh, fixed costs and also variable costs, we will find the break-even point. So for break-even point, the formula that we will be using is TR equal to TC. And after we calculate the break-even point, we will get the quantity is 18.524. So the quantity 18.524 is the quantity in order to gain profit by selling the each of the product per which is RM 3,100 per unit to gain a profit margin of 779 ringgit and 14 cent per unit. So in order to gain profit, we need to sell 19 units per month. Therefore, after we find the break-even point, we will get break-even sales by using the formula of product profit times quantity. So the quantity that we will be use is 19 units, which we have calculated, and we will get the break-even sales, which is 58,900. So after selling 19 units of the UVC sanitizing depository at the price of 3,100 per unit, we will achieve the break-even sales of 58,900. So that is all for me. Thank you.
Next, I will be presenting about the chapter 4, which is the financial planning for this project. So, I'll start off with the application of business fund. So, the initial cost to manufacture a UVC sanitizing depository machine, which is P, is 72,454 ringgit and 38 cents. With the life cycle of the machine, which is N, is equal to 5 years, and the interest per year, which is I, is equal to 6% per year. So on the left is actually the cash flow for this project. The application of F over P method will be applied to the cash flow in order to find the value of F. So there are two calculation method used. So the formula method and the compound interest table method. So for formula method, the most important thing is to change the I to from 6% to 0.06. So from there, we will get the 96,943 ringgit and 96 cents for the value of F by using the formula method. So for the compound interest table method, with I is equal to 6%, N is equal to 5 years, P is equal to 72,454 ringgit and 38 cents. From the table, we will get 1.338. So after multiply it with the value of P, so the value of F is equal to 96,943 ringgit and 96 cents, which is the same value with the formula method. Next, we will move on to the determination of monthly installment.
Okay, now we are moving on to the determination of monthly installment. So as you can see, we are using the AP method, which is finding A given P. So P have been obtained before, which is RM 72,454 and 38 cent. And this show the cash flow for 5 years time. Okay, so the loan period for the cash flow is 5 years, and the interest rate per year is 6%. Okay, so in order to calculate the monthly installment, we have two methods, which is first is by using a formula. The formula is as shown, which is A is equal to P, I plus 1 plus I the power of n divided by 1 plus I power of n minus 1. So after we key in all the data given, we will get RM 72,454 38 cent multiplied by 0.2374, and we will get the monthly installment to be RM 70,241 cent. So the second method is by using the factor table, which is we will using the parameters that we have, which is A over P, 6% and 5 years to use the table. So from the table, we got the value of 0.2374. So we multiply it with our P, which is RM 72,454 and 38 cent. And we will get the same exact value as by using formula, which is RM 17,241 cent. Now we'll be moving on to the PW.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Hafiz Albar bin Arisai and I will present the final part of the chapter 4, which is the application of single alternative evaluation using PW method. This table is known as the cost revenue estimation table. The first one is the initial cost, which is the total cost to produce 25 units of the UVC sanitizing depository machine, which is around 72,454 ringgit and 38 cent. The annual sales revenue is the yearly total sales. So this value 930,000 is we get from after selling 300 units of UVC sanitizing depository machine in a year. In a month we will sell around 25. The third one is the annual expenses, which is A2. The A2 is the fixed cost per month that we need to pay, such as the utility and stuff, plus the loan that we need to pay per month. So the value is around 912,799.59 cents. The salvage value is assumed to be 100,000 ringgit. The life cycle of machine is assumed to be 5 years with a minimum rate of return 6%. This is the cash flow diagram in order to use the PW method. Next, we will use the formula in order to find the present worth. This formula can be used with PO plus A1 minus A2, P slash A, IN plus F, P slash F, IN. After we substitute the value in the table above, which is the cost revenue estimation table, we will get that the present worth is 4,486,281.20 cents. Since the PW or the present worth is value is larger than 0, we can conclude that the business is profitable. Next, we proceed to chapter 5, which is conclusion. In the conclusion, we can say that for a 5-year expectation, we projected the beginning cost to be RM 75,454 ringgit and 38 cent. The monthly sale income will be 77,500 ringgit. The monthly cost or monthly expenses is 15,866 ringgit and 25 cents. Residual value or the salvage value is assumed to be 100,000. So after calculation in the PW or the present worth, we conclude that the business is running a profit of 4,486,281.20 cents. Therefore, we conclude that it is profitable since the PW value is larger than zero. This plan is advantageous in terms of value. So that's all from our group. Thank you.